साधु संगत सुमिर माधो, कर साधु संगत सुमिर माधो, होय पतित पुनीत, होय पतित पुनीत।
स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतार वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननी शारदां देवीं रामकृष्ण जगद्गुरु पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्री यतिराजाय विवेकानन्द सूरये सच्चित् सुख स्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे स्वामिने तापहारिणे। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
Krishna Center of South Africa, Phoenix, Johannesburg Sub-Center, to extend a very warm and cordial welcome to each of you to this morning's program as we celebrate the most auspicious occasion of Sri Rama Navami. Swami Vivekananda described Lord Rama as the ancient idol of the heroic ages, the embodiment of truth, of morality, the ideal son, the ideal husband, the ideal father, and above all, the ideal king. Dear sisters and brothers, whilst the COVID-19 lockdown regulations have eased, we urge everyone to continue to be cautious. Kindly keep your masks on during the program, try to maintain a safe distance from fellow devotees, and please make use of the hand sanitizers that can be found throughout the venue. I will now hand you over to our satsang group.
Om, page 34. Param Dayal Prabhu, Param Dayal Rama Krishna Prabhu, Param Dayal
परमदयाल प्रभु परमदयाल राम कृष्ण प्रभु परमदयाल
Param Dayal Prabhu, Param Dayal Rama Krishna Prabhu, Param Dayal
परमदयाल प्रभु परमदयाल राम कृष्ण प्रभु परमदयाल
परम कृपामा परम कृपा सीमा सदा परम कृपा
परम कृपाल मां परम कृपाल श्री मां शारदा परम कृपाल
परम कृपामा परम कृपा सीमा सदा परम कृपा
परम कृपाल मां परम कृपाल श्री मां शारदा परम कृपाल
करुणा सागर युगावतार नैया हम करुणा सागर युगावत
नैया
हमरी
करो भगवान करुणा सागर युगावतार नैया हमरे करो भगवान
दयाल प्रभु परम दयाल राम कृष्ण प्रभु परम दयाल
दयाल प्रभु परम दयाल राम
कृष्ण प्रभु परम दयाल
परम दयाल प्रभु परम दयाल राम कृष्ण प्रभु परम परम दयाल प्रभु परम दयाल राम कृष्ण प्रभु परम दयाल परम कृपा माँ परम कृपा श्री माँ शारदा परम दया परम कृपा माँ परम कृपा शारदा परम कृपा
करुणा सागर युगावतार नैया हम करो भगवान
करुणा सागर
परम दयाल प्रभु परम दयाल राम कृष्ण प्रभु परम दयाल परम दयाल प्रभु परम दयाल कृष्ण प्रभु परम दयाल
परम दयाल प्रभु परम दयाल राम दयाल ओम श्री रामकृष्ण भगवान की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय श्री सियावर रामचंद्र की जय
On page 65. जय जय सीता जय जय राम जय जय सीता जय जय राम
जय जय सीता जय जय राम जय जय सीता जय जय राम
जय जय सीता जय जय राम जय जय सीता जय जय राम
जय जय सीता जय जय राम जय जय सीता जय जय राम
जय जय सीता जय जय राम जय जय सीता जय जय राम
जय जय सीता जय जय
जय राम राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय जय बोलो हनुमान की
राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय जय बोलो हनुमान की
राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय जय बोलो हनुमान की
राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान
जय जय राम राम राते चलो हनुमान के झंडा उड़ाते चलो
जय जय राम के नाम बराते चलो
जय जय राम राम राते चलो हनुमान के झंडा उड़ाते चलो
जय जय राम के नाम बराते चलो हनुमान की झंडा उड़ाते चलो
जय जय राम राम राते चलो हनुमान के झंडा उड़ाते चलो
जय जय राम का नाम बराते चलो हनुमान की झंडा उड़ाते चलो
हनुमान के झंडा उड़ाते चलो
हनुमान की झंडा उड़ाते चलो
हनुमान के झंडा उड़ाते चलो
हनुमान की झंडा उड़ाते
झंडा उड़ाते चलो श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय
पवन सुत हनुमान की जय श्री अम्बे मात
की जय
श्री सियावर रामचंद्र की जय
Most revered Srimad Swami Gautamananda Ji Maharaj is the Vice President and Trustee of the Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission. Most revered Maharaj joined the Ramakrishna movement in 1951 and was initiated in 1955 by the then Vice President of the Ramakrishna Order, Swami Yatiswarananda. He received his early spiritual training under Swami Ranganathananda and was ordained as a monk in 1966 by Swami Vireshwarananda, the 10th president of the order. Most revered Maharaj worked among the tribal and rural people of Arunachal Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh for 20 years, vigorously promoting value-based education. He served as the general and executive member of the Central Board of Secondary Education and the National Council for Educational Research and Training, New Delhi, the two major national bodies of the Government of India. Most revered Maharaj has organized extensive relief operations in India and is an expert in India's cultural heritage. He has lectured extensively both in India and abroad in the West, in the East and West, to spread the universal message of Sri Ramakrishna. Most revered Maharaj is highly regarded for his thought-provoking lectures and has also contributed a number of articles to leading journals. We will now listen to a recorded message by Most Revered Srimad Swami Gautamananda Ji Maharaj.
Dear Swami Sharda Prabhananda, Swami Swatma Ramananda, and devotees of Ramakrishna Center of South Africa, Johannesburg, I am happy to know that this center is observing Ram Navami this year, as in other years, with great devotion and enthusiasm. Many devotees will be participating in it, which will also be available for viewing by many others online. Sri Ramachandra was one of the greatest of incarnations which the world has ever seen. He is considered as the seventh incarnation of Lord Vishnu by the Hindus, who was born on this earth to uphold moral values, the Dharma, and yet set an example of an ideal human being, which he did by his superhuman acts of greatness and nobility. Rama was an ideal man in all respects. He was an ideal son, an ideal husband, an ideal king, an ideal brother, and an ideal friend. Above all, a divine person. Once, sage Valmiki, who was the first poet in Sanskrit language, who wrote the Ramayana, was visited by sage Narada, the famous Narada of the Indian Puranas, to whom Valmiki put the question as to who in the present world was virtuous, noble, truthful, determined in his deeds, adept, interested in the welfare of all beings, pleasant to look at, self-composed, and whom even the gods fear when he gets angry. To this, sage Narada replied that he had heard from Brahma, the creator himself, that such a man was existing at the present then. He was Sri Ramachandra of the Ikshvaku dynasty, who was self-controlled, resplendent, steadfast, moral, eloquent in his speech, glorious, with all good physical traits and auspicious signs upon him, righteous, engaged in the welfare of others, knower of the meaning of all scriptures, dear to all the worlds, gentle, level-headed, discriminating and distinguishing. Swami Vivekananda said about Sri Ramachandra, Ramachandra, the ancient idol of the heroic ages, the embodiment of truth, of morality, of as the ideal son, the ideal husband, and above all, the ideal king. This Ramachandra has been presented before us by the great sage Valmiki in the Sanskrit language. No language can be purer, none chaster, none more beautiful, and at the same time simpler than the language in which the great poet has depicted the life of Ramachandra. That is why Valmiki is called the Adi Kavi, the first and foremost poet of the Sanskrit language. It is once in countless ages that a human being of the caliber of Sri Ramachandra is born. Ramachandra is a special incarnation of the divine, the divinely ordained ideal for humanity. His divine qualities and divine acts are contemplated upon by thousands of men and women all over the world from generation to generation. Wherever the Hindu nation lives, Ramachandra is venerated and meditated upon. Sri Ramakrishna had himself said about Ramachandra, he who was born as Ramachandra and he who was born as Krishna has been born in this age as Sri Ramakrishna. He himself used to say about himself to his great disciples like Swami Vivekananda and others. The family deity of Sri Ramakrishna was Raghuvir, another name for Ramachandra. His father was named Khudiram. Again, Ramachandra is there in the father's name. Had a vision of Ramachandra once while he was resting in a field on his tour to some place, in which Ramachandra, in his dream, pointed out to a saligrama stone. You know, saligrama is representing God Vishnu. It is a stone. So the Ramachandra in a dream, he pointed out a saligrama lying uncared for in a nearby field. He asked Khudiram to take it home and take proper care. And even today, that stone symbol is being worshipped in the village where Sri Ramakrishna was born, that is Kamarpukur. We know Sri Ramakrishna's sadhana of the mood of maternal affection towards the child Rama, which he did after being initiated by one great sadhaka, Jatadhari, in the mantra of Rama. Sri Ramakrishna received the mantra from him, followed it with all the meditation and japa, etc., and realized God as the child Rama. Again, Sri Ramakrishna had performed sadhana, assuming the mood of Hanuman towards Lord Ramchandra. Sri Ramakrishna experienced the culmination of that mood and also had a vision of Sita, the consort of Sri Ramachandra, one day while he was sitting in the Panchavati, the grove attached to Sri Ramakrishna's room at Dakshineshwar. He saw this vision with open eyes. Worship of Sri Ramachandra, reading his life story, chanting his name, contemplating on his divine form, all undoubtedly will help in one's spiritual development. Rama's life and his unparalleled character will inspire and guide human beings for ages to come. In him, we see divinity expressed in all its glory. My best wishes and blessings to all the monastics, volunteers, and devotees who are participating in this auspicious event. May the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna, who is none other than Sri Ramchandra himself, ever be upon you all, upon us all. Jai Ramakrishna, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Revered Swami Sharda Prabhanandaji Maharaj is the president of the Ramakrishna Center of South Africa, Phoenix. Revered Maharaj joined the center in 1975 and has been actively involved in the center's various spiritual, cultural, and outreach work ever since. We will now listen to a recorded message by Revered Swami Sharda Prabhanandaji Maharaj.
Today we shall look at the topic of the Lord to be the master of our homes. Our homes are not just made up of bricks and mortar, wood and glass, furniture and appliances. It is also has an invisible atmosphere. Some homes are happy places where families and friends joyfully gather in a peaceful atmosphere. Other homes, by contrast, are full of quarrelsome people who attract scoundrels and misguided people. The atmosphere there is full of sadness and insecurity. The atmosphere in every home is built up by the people who live in it. Where family members think negatively, use foul language, and become irritable and violent, in such a home there is backwardness, sorrow, and darkness. In a home in which all the family members think positively, speak courteous words, and act with a spirit of helpfulness, in that home one finds progress, joy, and security. Parents who are the leaders of the home must take the solemn responsibility of building up a great home with a peaceful atmosphere and that which is warm and inviting to their children, family, and friends. This is the sacred duty of the householder. A responsible householder is a homemaker. Irresponsible family members who neglect their duty commit the sin of being home destroyers. Children are usually the first casualties of such a situation. In the Ramayana, we see many households. King Dasaratha's palace abounds with joy when Lord Rama lives there. King Sugriva has his home problem solved when Lord Rama comes to visit him. Vibhishan worships Lord Rama in his home daily. Through this worship, he is protected even though he lives in hostile territory with Ravana as the king. The message of the Ramayana is that wherever there is Rama, there is protection, happiness, and security. Problems dissolve, peace comes to the heart, harmony and cooperation prevail amongst family members, and success is assured. In the Ramcharitmanas, the great saint Tulsidas ji has reported on the glory of Lord Rama's presence as follows. All creatures endowed with eyesight who had sight of Lord Rama's beauty attained the goal of life, that means freedom from sorrow. Motionless objects such as trees, touched by the dust of his feet, become eligible for the highest state of God realization. Even the forests and hills where Lord Rama, the ocean of bliss, made his abode, was full of natural loveliness and brought blessings to all and even sanctified holy men. How can one describe the glory of such places? Here is a great challenge for all our householders. Make a great home with a noble family using the time-tested method of the Ramayana. This can be achieved by following the teachings of the Ramayana, which may be summarized as follows. 1. Lord Rama is our savior, friend, guide, and protector. Take refuge in him. Place your problems and anxieties at his feet. Let him be the head of your household. He will take care of your joys and sorrows. Number 2. Keep a picture of Lord Rama in your home. It will have a magical effect on you and your family. It will be a constant reminder that the Lord is the master of your home. He is all powerful and will bless you with all his care. 3. Chant the divine name of Lord Rama regularly like Hanuman and Vibhishan did. The mantra of Lord Rama is Om Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. This is remembrance of the Lord. It will drive out negative thoughts and dispel darkness from your heart and home. Number 4. Study the Ramayana. It enlightens us on the glory of the Lord and also gives us teachings and guidance to make correct choices for a noble, peaceful, and successful life. Even a day should not go by without worshipping Lord Rama in our hearts, that is, in our mind and home. Saint Tulsidas ji says that if we neglect these practices, our hearts and homes will become like the day without the sun, as the body without life, and as the night without the moon. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
रामचन्द्राय रामभद्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। दोहा जो गण ग्रह भारती सकल भय अनुकूल चरोर अचर हर्ष जुट राम जन्म सुख मूल। श्री सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय। चौपाई श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। 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 नवमी तिथि मधुमास पुनीता सुखल पक्ष अभिजित हरि प्रीता। मध्य दिवसी अति शीतल धामा पावन काय लोक विश्रामा। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। शीतल मंडल सुरभि बहवा हर्षित सुर सहित मन जाए। वन कुसुमित गिरिगण वनयारा। श्रवहि सकल सरितामृतधारा। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। सो अवसर विरंचि जब जाना। चले सकल तरि साज दीवाना। गगन विमल संकुल सुर जोता। गावहि गुण गंधर्व बहरोता। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। बरसहि सुमन सुवन जुल साजी। गह गहि गगन डोबी भाजी। अस्तुति करहि नाग मुनि देवा। बहु वेद लावहि निज निज सेवा। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। 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 दोहा सुर समूह बिनती करी पहुँचे निज निज धाम। जगन निवास प्रभु प्रगटे अखिल लोक विश्राम। श्री सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय। भय प्रगट कृपाला दीन दयाला। भय प्रगट कृपाला दीन दयाला। भय प्रगट कृपाला दीन दयाला। कौशल्या हितकारी हर्षित महतारी मुनि मनहारी। अद्भुत रूप विचारी भय प्रगट कृपाला दीन दयाला। भय प्रगट कृपाला ओ दीन दयाला। लोचन अभिरामा तन गुण श्यामा। निज आयुध बुधचारी भूषण मनमाला। नयन विशाला शोभा सिंधु करारी। भय प्रगट कृपाला ओ दीन दयाला। भय प्रगट कृपाला कह तुई कर जोरी अस्तुति तोरी। कहि विधि करो अनंता। माया गुण ज्ञानाति अमाना। भेद पुराण भरंता। भय प्रगट कृपाला दीन दयाला। भय प्रगट कृपाला दीन दयाला। करुणा सुख सागर सब गुणागर। जय गावहि श्रुति संतान। सो मम हित लागे जनु अनुरागे। भयो प्रगट श्रीकंता। भय प्रगट कृपाला ओ दीन दयाला। भय प्रगट कृपाला ओ दीन दयाला। ब्रह्मांड निकाया निर्मित माया। रोम रोम प्रतिवेद कहे मम उर्सो भासी। यह उपहासी सुनत धीर मति तिर न रहे। भय प्रगट कृपाला ओ दीन दयाला। भय प्रगट कृपाला ओ दीन दयाला। उपजा जुग ज्ञाना प्रभु सकाना। चरित बहुत विधि कीन चाहे। कहि कथा सुहाए मात बुझाए। रहि प्रकार सुत प्रेम लहे। भय प्रगट कृपाला ओ दीन दयाला। भय प्रगट कृपाला ओ दीन दयाला। माता मुनि बोली सोमति डोली। तजहु तात यह रूपा। की जैसी सुनीला अति प्रिय शीला। यह सुख परम अनूपा। भय प्रगट कृपाला ओ दीन दयाला। भय प्रगट कृपाला ओ दीन दयाला। सुनि बचन सुजाना रोम धर तारा। होय भालक सुर भूपा। यह चरित जगा गहि हर पद पावा। तेन परहि भव भूपा। भय प्रगट कृपाला ओ दीन दयाला। 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 दोहा विप्रदेव सुर संत हिता। लीन मनुज अवतार। निज छाय निर्मित तनु। माया गुण गोपार। श्री सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय।
मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। चीर के छाती बोले अपनी पवन पुत्र हनुमान, चीर के छाती बोले अपनी पवन पुत्र हनुमान, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। चीर के छाती बोले के छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। हनुमान ने सीता जी को प्रभु चीर के छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान, मेरे मन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे तन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे मन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे तन में बसे हैं राम। लगी लक्ष्मण जी को शक्ति देख प्रभु घबराए, भोर से पहले हनुमान जी दौला गिर ले आए। उठ बैठे लक्ष्मण जी लेकर श्री राम का नाम, उठ बैठे लक्ष्मण जी लेकर श्री राम का नाम, मेरे मन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे तन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे मन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे तन में बसे हैं राम। चीर के छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान, चीर के छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान, मेरे मन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे तन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे मन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे तन में बसे हैं राम। वानर सेना देख के रावण की सेना घबराए, पलक झपक में हनुमत से लंका में आग लगाए। वानर सेना देख के रावण की सेना घबराए, पलक झपक में हनुमत से लंका में आग लगाए। बोले प्रभु के साथ मिटाकर रावण का अभिमान, बोले प्रभु के साथ मिटाकर रावण का अभिमान, मेरे मन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे तन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे मन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे तन में बसे हैं राम। चीर के छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान, 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 मेरे मन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे तन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे मन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे तन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे मन में बसे हैं राम, मेरे तन में बसे हैं राम। ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, श्री अम्बे मात की जय, श्री सियावर रामचंद्र की जय।
Sisters and brothers, Ravier Maharaj will now render a few bhajans accompanied by Sharad Indu Adhikari on the tabla. Sharad Indu Adhikari, popularly known as Guruji, is a tabla exponent, classical vocalist, and professional music teacher from India. Guruji established the Ninad School of Music in 2015 and serves as the director of the school. The music school promotes the original form of Indian music like classical, light classical, Indian folk, and pop through vocal, instrumental, and percussion training. I now respectfully hand you over to Ravier Maharaj and Guruji.
श्रीनाथे जानकीनाथे अभेदः परमात्मनि तथापि मम सर्वस्वं रामः कमललोचनः। ओम श्री रामचंद्राय नमः। Master Ramakrishna used to tell his story. Once there was a war which was to happen between Lord Shiva and Rama. Their armies had gathered. What is the army of Lord Shiva? Bhuta Preta Pishachadi Gana. Bhuta Gana, that is the demons, the Rakshasas, the hobgoblins. Who are the army of Lord Rama? Vanaras, bears, monkeys and other things. They have gathered there to fight, the ghosts and the Vanaras are facing each other. They are waiting for their leaders to come, Shiva and Rama. As soon as Shiva and Rama came there, they saw each other. Lord Shiva was the Ishta Devata and Guru of Sri Rama. And Ramachandra was the Atma, the Parabrahma, the Atma, the soul of Shiva. They recognized each other as the different manifestation of the same one God, the Parabrahma Swarupa. They embraced each other and they went away. But the followers of Shiva, the ghosts, the Bhuta, Preta, Pishacha, Gana, the Asuras and the Vanaras, who are they? We are still fighting each other in the name of the God. We tell our God is great, your God is great, Lord Shiva is great, Lord Rama is great. So in the name of religion, in the name of gods, we fight each other like the Vanaras and the ghosts. But in reality, it is one God who is coming down as different avatars, the formless, the attributeless Lord. We cannot recognize him, we cannot think of him. Start imagining what is formless. You will imagine a form for the formless. Our mind is not made to think of the formless. We cannot think of the infinite because our mind is finite. So, the Lord takes human form to help us with so many wonderful, beautiful, divine character and ideals. He will set it before us, by which we can raise ourselves. Now we are at the level of the brutes. We have to raise ourselves to human beings and then to the divine quality. That is religion. That's why, to set an example, to set an ideal, the Lord takes avatara. Avatara means coming down to our level, avatarana, descending down to our level. So Ramachandra came down in the Treta Yuga as the 7th avatara in this world to set so many beautiful ideals for us. They are not different, Shiva, Rama, Krishna, all the gods and goddesses. Lord Shiva used to repeat the name of Rama. Rama used to worship Shiva. So they are one at that level. Let us understand this first and now sing a beautiful song. I am going to teach you one Namavali. Ramakrishna always used to tell, you have to do the Nama Guna Kirtana. Nama means name of the Lord. Is it enough if you just tell the name of the Lord? No, Ramakrishna added Guna Kirtana. Guna means his qualities also has to be taught. So, we will now do this Namavali, where there will be the name of the Lord Ramachandra as well as his qualities described. So I will teach you one beautiful song on Ramachandra. Shankara Dev ki Damaru Bajaye. It's in simple Hindi. What is the Damaruga, the instrument, the percussion instrument of Lord Shiva, Damaruga, telling when it is beaten? It tells Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. What does the conch of Lord Narayana, while it is blown, tell? Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. So I request all of you to sing this song after me. Hear it properly and then sing this beautiful song on Lord Rama. Shankara Dev ki Damaru bajaye, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. I will tell you another beautiful statement of Sri Ramakrishna. The moment we utter the name of the Lord, immediately all the sins which we have committed will start going away. Here in this congregation, if there are anybody who have the confidence that we have not at all committed any sins, we don't have sins at all, they need not utter the name of Rama, they need not sing. But the rest who want to remove their sins can sing. शंकर देव का डमरू बजाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. प्लीज सिंग. शंकर देव का डमरू बजाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. नारायण का शंख बुलाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. नारायण का शंख बुलाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. सरस्वती की वीणा गाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. सरस्वती की वीणा गाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. नारद मुनि तंबूरी सुनाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. नारद मुनि तंबूरी सुनाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. Now I think you have gained confidence. It is a very simple song. You can sing loudly and also fast. Because the more louder you sing, the more quickly all the impurities, the sin, the dross will go away from our body, from our personality, from our mind. So sing it louder and also fast. शंकर देव का डमरू बजाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. शंकर देव का डमरू बजाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. नारायण का शंख बुलाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. नारायण का शंख बुलाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. सरस्वती की वीणा गाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. सरस्वती की वीणा गाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. नारद मुनि तंबूरी सुनाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. नारद मुनि तंबूरी सुनाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. वाल्मीकि के काव्य बताए, श्री राम जय जय राम. वाल्मीकि के काव्य बताए, श्री राम जय जय राम. तुलसीदास का पद्य दिखाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. तुलसीदास का पद्य दिखाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. कबीर दास के दोहे पढ़ाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. कबीर दास के दोहे पढ़ाए, श्री राम जय जय राम. हनुमत नाच let us sing the same song a little more louder and faster. शंकर देव कड़मरु बजाए श्री राम जय जय राम. शंकर देव कड़मरु बजाए श्री राम जय जय राम. नारायण का शंख बुलाए श्री राम जय जय राम. नारायण का शंख बुलाए श्री राम जय जय राम. कबीर दास का दोहे पढ़ाए श्री राम जय जय राम. कबीर दास का दोहे पढ़ाए श्री राम जय जय राम. मत नाचे मन में बसाए श्री राम जय जय राम. हनुमत नाचे मन में बसाए श्री राम जय राम. Now you had competitions in your life so many times. As young children, you had competition to get chocolates and sweets. When you went to the schools, you had the competition of getting more marks. And in the competition of running race and so many other days, you had so many varieties of competition. When you grew up, you had the competition of making money, making property, getting wealth, so many other things, name and fame. Have you ever tried a competition of singing the name of the Lord? So today we will have a competition. What is that competition? If there is to be a competition, there should be at least 2 parties. So now me, with the help of this mic and the tabla player and the tala player, we are one party. And all of you, maybe about 60 or 100 have gathered here, is another party. So now both of us will have competition in who will sing the name of Lord Rama faster and louder. So that is the competition. So you should sweat out, you should be fast and loud. Let us see who will win the competition. The first bout of the competition starts now. Please do not reduce the sound and increase the sound, it disturbs me. The Taraka mantra of Lord Ramachandra, Om Shri Ram Jai Ram, that is the thing which we have to sing now. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Now Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. who won in the competition now? All of you. Yes, you won the competition. Because you will never open the mouth to sing the name of the Lord. Today you have taken the name of the Lord so loudly and fast. So all of you won the competition. Thank you for winning in the competition. Now, I will tell you a small story from the Ramayana. The war between Rama and Ravana is going on. At the time, it was the turn of our great Kumbhakarna, the younger brother of Ravana, to come to the war. You know, he was sleeping always. He was famous for his tamas, sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. Now they woke him up, Kumbhakarna, and he has come to the war. He was so huge. The monkeys, the Vanaras were being killed in large numbers. Now Lord Ramachandra decided, if I do not fight and kill him, thousands of Vanaras will die. So what did he do? He shot one arrow. It cut off its arms, his arms. Huge arms. It fell on the Vanaras. Hundreds of Vanaras died. Then Ramachandra was very cautious. If he cuts another arm and if it falls on the Vanaras, then many soldiers will die. So he slowly cut off all the hands and head and threw it into the sea so that no more Vanaras will die. But now the problem arose. What was that? You know, there is a goddess called Goddess of Sleep, Nidra Devata, who gives us sleep every day. So that Nidra Devata came to Lord Rama, prostrated before Lord Ramachandra, and told, O Lord Rama, you are also my Lord. You have given me the duty to put the people to sleep. I was now taking shelter all these years in the person of Kumbhakarna. Now you have killed him. What will happen to me? Where will I go and take shelter? Then Ramachandra told, okay, Nidra Devata, if you want shelter, now since I am the Avatara, in this Treta Yuga, you are not going to get any shelter. In the next Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, I will be born as the Avatara of Krishna, then too you will not get any shelter. But do you know, in the Kali Yuga, now the Kali Yuga, when Swami Swatma Ramananda starts singing and giving the lecture, there will be so many audience, you can go and catch any of them. You can take shelter in any of them. So be careful now, if you don't sing the name of the Lord loudly, Nidra Devata will come and catch hold of you, because Rama has told to come and catch hold of you. Now, Rama, what a wonderful name. In Sanskrit it is called Ramayate Ramaha, one who gives delight to everybody, who gives joy to everybody. Is there any other meaning to this wonderful name of Ramachandra? So it is a Vedic Sanskrit word with many contextual meanings. In the Atharvana Veda, it is told, the meaning is given as the dark complexioned, Neelam Meghashyama. Some saints and devotees who have realized Ramachandra have seen him as Nadara Durva Shamala, just like the tender grass. The body of Ramachandra is like the tender grass, and some people have realized him and seen him as the dark clouds. So in general, we can see that the body color of Sri Ramachandra is dark, black in color, dark. Rama is also Krishna, Karsheti Krishna, Krishna means also dark. So in our pantheon of Hinduism, we see that Kali, Krishna, and Rama. They are dark in complexion. So if people have dark complexioned skin, you need not worry, because we have our ideal in the form of Ramachandra. We have our ideal in the form of Mother Kali. We have our ideal in the form of Lord Krishna. So many others are there. Now let us focus on Lord Rama. So another context as found in the Vedic text, as I told you in the beginning, the meaning is pleasing, delightful, charming, beautiful, lovely. Ramayate iti Ramaha. Now, in some Advaita Vedantic texts, Rama connotes the metaphysical concept of Supreme Lord Brahman, who is eternally blissful, spiritual self, the Atman, in whom yogis delight non-dualistically. Now the root word, Dhatupada, every word in Sanskrit is a root. So the root word of Rama is from Ram, R-A-M, Ram, which means stop, stand still, rest, rejoice, be pleased. These are all the meanings. Now, some people have done some research on this word. Douglas Adams, he has done a lot of research on the Indo-European group of languages. He tells this Sanskrit word Rama is also found in other Indo-European group of languages. The European languages have their origin in Sanskrit. So in that Indo-European group of languages, there is the word, the same giving the name, Ram, Reme, Romo, where it means support, make still, witness, make evident. So Lord Rama's name is also in the European languages. And also it is told Ram in the Indo-European group of languages as dark, black, suit. Then Rimos, Romig in Old English. These are all coming from this word Rama. Now as we'll all know, today we have gathered here to celebrate the birthday of Rama. Rama was born on the 9th day of the lunar calendar. That's why we tell it as Navami. Navami means the 9th day. Of which lunar? It is the bright lunar day, the Navami. It will be somewhere between March, April in the Gregorian calendar, celebrated all over India as Rama Navami. You should also note that it coincides with another Navaratri too. We have many Navaratris now. Which Navaratri is going on? The spring, Chaitra Navaratri, spring season Navaratri in India, Vasanta Navaratri. The main Navaratri which we celebrate is the Sharat Kalina Navaratri. Now too the Navaratri, somehow Rama's is coinciding always with Navaratri. In the Sharan Navaratri we celebrate Vijayadashmi as the victory of Lord Rama over Ravana. Now, who was the first person to write this wonderful story of Ramayana, the epic or the Kavya, the poet? The first poet was Valmiki. Now he got this wonderful life of Lord Rama. Even before Rama was born, the yogic power was given by Brahma, the creator. And he wrote this Ramayana even before Rama was born. He got everything from Narada Maharshi. The Rama mantra, he was given the mantra Diksha by Narada Maharshi. And the yogic power to know this whole of Ramayana even before Rama was born was given by this great Rishi. Now, in the meantime, we were hearing about Rama and Ramayana. We shall also chant another beautiful name of Rama. All of us, I will teach you a very small song Namavali, like I did it to you earlier. You can all sing that wonderful name Namavali of Ramachandra. Please hear it and then understand it. I will tell you the meaning too, and then we shall sing this wonderful song of Ramachandra. This beautiful short song called Namavali goes like this. Dasharatha Nandana Raja Ram, Dashamukha Mardana Sita Ram, Pashupati Ranjana Raja Ram, Papa Vimochana Sita Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Dasharatha Nandana, the son of Dasharatha. Raja Ram, king, the emperor Rama. Dashamukha Mardana. Dashamukha means the 10-headed Ravana was destroyed or killed by Rama. So Dashamukha Mardana. Sita Rama, the husband of Sita Mata. Pashupati Ranjana. Pashupati is Lord Shiva. Ranjana means who gives joy to Lord Shiva. Pashupati Ranjana Rajaram, Papa Vimochana. If you utter the name of Lord Rama, all your papa will vanish, all your sins will vanish. Sita Ram. And what is that beautiful mantra, Taraka mantra? Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Bhayahara Mangala Dasharatha Ram, one who removes all the fear from our heart. Jaya Jaya Mangala Sita Ram, one who gives us auspiciousness. Mangala Kara Jaya Mangala Ram, Maruti Sevita, Tarakanam. Maruti is Lord Hanuman, who has been served by Lord Maruti. Tarakanam, the name of Lord Rama will make us cross over this ocean of transmigratory existence. That is the simple meaning of this song. It's a wonderful song with meaning. Please repeat this song after me. Dasharatha Nandana Raja Ram, Dasharatha Nandana Raja Ram, Dashamukha Mardana Sita Ram, Dashamukha Mardana Sita Ram, Dasharatha Nandana Raja Ram, Dasharatha Nandana Raja Ram, Pashupati Ranjana राजा राम पशुपति रंजन राजा राम पाप विमोचन सीताराम पाप विमोचन सीताराम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राजा राम दशरथ नंदन राजा राम भयहर मंगल दशरथ राम भयहर मंगल दशरथ राम जय जय मंगल सीताराम जय जय मंगल सीताराम मंगल कर जय मंगल राम मंगल कर जय मंगल राम मारुति सेवित तारक नाम मारुति सेवित तारक नाम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. The same song, we shall try to sing it a little fast and loud. दशरथ नंदन राजा राम दशरथ नंदन राजा राम दशमुख मर्दन सीताराम दशमुख मर्दन सीताराम दशरथ नंदन राजा राम दशरथ नंदन राजा राम पशुपति रंजन साजा राम पशुपति रंजन राजा राम पाप विमोचन सीताराम पाप विमोचन सीताराम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राजा राम दशरथ नंदन राजा राम भयहर मंगल दशरथ राम भयहर मंगल दशरथ राम जय जय मंगल सीताराम जय जय मंगल सीताराम मंगल कर जय Mangalara, Mangalakara Jaya, Mangalara, Maruti Sevita Tarakana, Maruti Sevita Tarakana, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Dasharatha Nandana Raja Ram, Dasharatha Nandana Raja Ram, Dasharatha Nandana Raja Ram, Dasharatha Nandana Raja Ram, Dashamukhamardana Sita Ram, Dashamukhamardana Sita Ram, Dasharatha Nandana Raja Ram, Dasharatha Nandana Raja Ram, Dasharatha Nandana Raja Ram, Dasharatha Nandana Raja Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya 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 Ram. As I told you in the beginning, all the deities which are there in our Hindu pantheon, the Indian tradition, they all represent some wonderful ideals. How are we to worship God? What is worship of God? What is our devotion to God? We should understand that first before worshipping the Lord. Suppose you are in the first grade. The first grade teacher is the ideal for you. Even if our parents tell something, you tell, no, I don't believe in it because my teacher has told like this. Why is that? Because you think that first grade teacher as your ideal. Because the teacher has more qualities, more knowledge than you. Likewise, all the deities like Ganesha, Subramanya, Krishna, Saraswati, they all represent some wonderful characters, attributes, and ideals in perfection for us to emulate, so that we can give up our animal nature, instinctive nature, raise up to the human nature, that is the intellectual nature, and from there raise ourselves to divinity. Now, what is the wonderful, beautiful character or the guna which Sri Ramachandra represents in perfection? Now, Ramachandra is called Maryada Purushottama, the perfected human being, the best, the perfected Purusha Uttama, the best among the human beings. He, after coming down to this earth, he had shown us how to be an ideal child, an ideal son to the father, an ideal son to the mother, an ideal brother, the brotherhood which he had represented. You could see, could inspire many. He was an ideal husband. He was an ideal friend. He was an ideal king. So many perfections, the qualities in perfection he had to have in his life, whereby all of us, when we read the life of Sri Ramachandra, we like to get that wonderful qualities into us. So what is realization of God? Realization of God is not just having a vision of God and stopping there. Do we grow? Holy Mother Sharda Devi tells, when you realize God, do you grow some horns on your head? No. You become that God. Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. One who realizes God become that particular God itself. The Lord will start manifesting in our heart in completion. That means all those wonderful divine qualities will start manifesting in us perfectly. So, what is that we have to do? When we read, when we hear about those wonderful qualities in Ramachandra, we have to start slowly practicing it in our life, bringing that in our life. We just go to the temple, do the Aarti, light agarbatti, circumambulate, do the pradakshina, eat some prasada and come away. Then when we come back to the house or out of the temple, we are the same old beings, back to square one. Punarmushiko bhava. Then we forget everything. We think we have the license to do anything and everything and behave as we like the moment we come out of the temple or away from the Lord. It's not religion. Religion is the process by which we have to start manifesting those beautiful divine qualities in us every step of our life. So today we should resolve, we should read Ramayana, we should know about Ramachandra, not to just to hear from this ear and give it up in the other ear. Instead, we have to start practicing it, bringing that into our life, and not only making our life beautiful, but we have to start making others' life too happy. Because if Rama can give delight to everybody, the devotees of Rama, should we not give delight to everyone? A person who can claim that is the devotee of Ramachandra, and if he sends away his father and mother to the old age home, he is not at all fit to be called as a devotee of Ramachandra. Why? Because Ramachandra was ready to sacrifice even his kingdom. He was supposed to become the king the next day. When his father Dasharatha told, you have to go to the forest, he never asked him the second time. He just traveled to the forest. That was the intense devotion to his father, the ideal of that son. That great devotion to father and mother is shown in Ramachandra. If we ill-treat our father and mother, if we are not obedient to our father and mother, then how can we call ourselves the devotees of Ramachandra? Ekapatni vratastha. Seeing mother, your own mother in all the women. He only had that wonderful loving attitude towards Mother Sita, Ekapatni Vratastha. Every other woman he used to see as his own mother. Matru Bhakti. These are all the wonderful qualities which Rama manifested in his life. He was so sweet, Madhura Bhashi. He would talk so sweetly to everybody. Pratama Bhashi. He would not wait for the other person to come and talk to him. He will go introduce himself and talk sweetly to everybody. These are all so many beautiful characters and qualities which Rama has manifested. So, when we think of Rama, when we meditate on Rama, then what are we to manifest? Let us see that from another angle. You will understand. by hearing this wonderful song of Kabir Das. Kabir Das was a great devotee of Ramachandra. He has written this song out of his realization. I will sing this wonderful song. You will enjoy that song and also the meaning. You will see what are we supposed to do, the devotees of Ramachandra. What are we to do? How are we to manifest the divinity in our life? Let us hear from the song of that great Kabir Das. C sharp. Kabir Das, in this beautiful song, he explains, घूंघट का फट खोल रे, तुहे राम मिलेंगे. You have covered your eyes with the ghungat. You know, in India, North India, the mothers, the women cover their head with a ghungat. It's called ghungat. So using that as an example, Kabir Das is telling, O human being, you have covered your eyes with the ghungat of ignorance. Open it. Then you will have the vision of Lord Rama. Ghungat ka phat khol re, tuhe Ram milenge. And what is he telling? Ghat ghat ramata Rama Ramaya. In every human being, in every living being, Lord Rama is existing, is living. Ghat ghat ramata Rama Ramaya. Katuka vachana mat bol. Do not use harsh word to anybody. Do not ill-treat anybody. Treat everybody with love. Serve everybody. Because Lord Rama is existing in every living being. Ghat ghat ramata Rama Ramaya. Katuka vachana mat bol. Rang mahal mein deep barat hai. In that wonderful hall, there is that light of Atman glowing. Asana se mat dol re. Kahat Kabir suno bhai sadhu. Anahat bajat dol. Ghungat ka phat khol re. घूंघट का फट खोल रे, तो है राम मिलेंगे. घूंघट का फट खोल, घूंघट का फट खोल रे, तो है राम मिलेंगे. घूंघट का फट खोल. घट घट रमता राम रमैया, घट घट रमता राम रमैया, कटुक वचन मत बोल रे, कटुक वचन मत बोल रे, घट घट रमता राम रमैया, घट घट रमता राम रमैया, कटुक वचन मत बोल रे, तुहे राम मिलेंगे घूंघट का फटको, घूंघट का फटकोल रे, तुहे राम मिलेंगे घूंघट का फटको। रंग महल में दीप बरस है, रंग महल में दीप बरस है, आसन से मत डो, मत डो, मत डोल रे, तुहे राम मिलेंगे घूंघट का फटको। कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु, अनहत बाजत डोल रे, अनहत बाजत डोल रे, तुहे राम मिलेंगे घूंघट का फटको, घूंघट का फटकोल रे, तुहे राम मिलेंगे घूंघट का फटको, घूंघट का फटकोल रे, तुहे राम मिलेंगे, राम मिलेंगे, राम मिलेंगे घूंघट का फटको। We are covering our eyes with the wheel of ignorance, selfishness and ego. Kabir Das is telling, remove that wheel of ignorance and you will see Lord Rama in every living being. Your father, your mother, your wife, your husband, your children, in your neighbors, in everybody. Every living being. And start serving them. That is the idea given by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Shivagnane Jiva Seva. Swami Vivekananda also has given us that idea. At the end of the sadhana, Ramakrishna practiced so many varieties of sadhana. His guru Jatadhari gave him the Bala Ramachandra's mantra. Sri Rama as a small child. After realizing the truth, Ramakrishna saw that Rama living in every ghata, every living being. That was the consummation of that wonderful realization. So that is the highest realization of realizing Rama, leading the ideal which Rama has shown us to see the Divine Lord in every human being and serving them. Not only you will be happy by that, you will be making the whole world a wonderful Vaikuntha or Ayodhya, where there will be no suffering, where there will be no pain. Let us strive to bring the wonderful ideal of Ramachandra into our life and make our life blessed. Thank you. Namaste. Om Shri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramachandra Arpanamastu. Now Aarti will be there, I think. Before that, if you have any announcement, you can make. We'll sing for the song for the Aarti. That is Aarti Ram Tumhare.
Sisters and brothers, for those participating in the Aarti, please come to the stage and remove your shoes.
We have the Hinduism for children's classes. Lot of children of different age group are attending that class every Sunday. We had requested the parents to dress up their children like Ramachandra for this today's program as a part of the Hinduism for children's class. And you see that wonderful children have dressed themselves up like Rama with bows and arrows, and they will be performing Aarti to Ramachandra. So it will be a wonderful sight to see the children, the baby Ramachandras, worshipping Ramachandra. So let us all enjoy this Aarti by our children. Let the parents also accompany them and help them to do the Aarti. Naresh, somebody can take the chamara and do the chamara also. There is a chamara there. Jaya Jaya Aarati Rama Tumhare. Kabir Das has written this Aarati song on Lord Ramachandra. Prananatha Raghunatha Murare, Shuka Narada Muni Sadara Gave. So many great saints are singing your name. Bharata Shatrugna Chamara Dulave. Bharata and Shatrugna are waving the chamara for you to keep you cool. Pita Vasana Vaijayanti Mala. You have the golden cloth, you are wearing the golden cloth and the Vaijayanti Mala, wonderful ornaments. Megha Varatanu Nayana Bisala. So your body is that like that of the cloud, dark in color. Megha Varatanu Nayana Bisala. You have a wonderful lotus-like eyes, broad. Chhatra Dharat hai Lakshmana Bata. Your brother Lakshmana is holding the umbrella. Aarati Karate hai Kausalya Mata. Mother Kausalya is doing Aarati to you. Sammukha Sharana Rahe Hanubira. Hanuman is sitting at your feet doing your service. Bar Bar Gunagave Kabira. Kabira is singing your glories again and again. Aarati Rama Tumhare. I think the script has been given to all of you. So you can also participate in the singing of Aarti to Sri Ramachandra. Aarti Rama Tumhare. Are you all ready? Shall we? Jaya Jaya Aarti Rama Tumhari. Jaya Jaya Aarti Rama Tumhari. प्राणनाथ रघुनाथ मुरारी. प्राणनाथ रघुनाथ मुरारी. आरती राम तुम्हारी. जय जय आरती राम तुम्हारी. शुक नारद मुनि सादर गावे. शुक नारद मुनि सादर गावे. भरत शत्रुघ्न चवर डुलावे. भरत शत्रुघ्न चवर डुलावे. आरती राम तुम्हारी. जय जय आरती राम तुम्हारी. पीतवसन वैजयन्ती माला. मेघवरन तनु नयन विशाला. मेघवरन तनु नयन विशाला. आरती राम तुम्हारी. जय जय आरती राम तुम्हारी. छत्र धरत है लक्ष्मण भ्राता. छत्र धरत है लक्ष्मण भ्राता. आरती करत है कौसल्य माता. आरती करत है कौसल्य माता. आरती राम तुम्हारी. जय जय आरती राम तुम्हारी. सम्मुख शरण रहे हनुबीरा. सम्मुख शरण रहे हनुबीरा. बार बार गुण गावे कबीरा. बार बार गुण गावे कबीरा. आरती राम तुम्हारी. जय जय आरती राम तुम्हारी. जय श्री राजा रामचंद्र जी की जय। जय श्री सीता माई की जय। जय श्री आंजनेय स्वामी की जय। जय श्री गुरु महाराज जी की जय। जय श्री महामाई की जय। जय श्री स्वामी जी महाराज जी की जय। Arrangement will be made for everybody to offer the flowers. The image of Rama will be kept in the front. All can come forward and offer the flower to the Lord with great devotion. Slowly, 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 slowly. Thank you so much. Wonderful. You look so beautiful. Careful, careful.